Okay, great. How would you describe the work you did on Lulu as a rhinoceros?
Wow. I would describe the work I did on Lulu as pop songs that are, of course, for kids, but ultimately for everyone. That are songs that will hopefully uh, be the soundtrack to a kid's life that loves this special and loves these songs and loves these characters, and that when they grow up, or maybe a few years down the line, that they'll revisit Lulu as a rhinoceros to hear those songs and feel that feeling again.
Love that. How do you come up with the song and music ideas for each various scene?
I would say, coming up with the ideas for these songs and these scenes is such a collaborative process. So, working really closely with Allison and Angela and the cast, and knowing who I'm writing for when it comes to the actor that's portraying the character and the character. So, knowing what type of singing voice and really playing to people's strengths, because we want these songs to be the best versions of themselves, and that comes from knowing who you're writing for. So just collaboration and research, and then doing it.
Awesome. What was the biggest challenge of your job on Lulu as a rhinoceros?
I would say the biggest challenge of my job on Lulu as a Rhinoceros was just being patient to see the animation. I was just so excited. And this was my first time working on an animated project. So knowing how long things take because of just that's the process. And so really just the hardest part was just waiting for the moment when the songs and the animation comes together. And when it happened, it was really exciting and rewarding.
I did not even think about the wait time, so that was a great answer.
Great.
Um, what were some of your favorite songs that you worked on throughout this project?
There is nothing more fun for me than being given the task to write an opening song where someone is walking through a city or a town, and it sets the tone for the song. So uh being tasked with writing "Good Morning, Beautiful You" was so much fun, and even in the demos, I love doing the voices for the other characters and then seeing how they change based on the actors who play them. But that's such a fun part of it. And then "Start the Day Again" for Alex Newell to perform was such an honor to write for their voice. And my demo definitely did not do Alex's demo, voice justice at the time. But then Alex made the song their own, and that was a really special part of it too.
So cool. What were some of the most memorable moments from working on this project?
I would say being some of the most memorable moments of working on this project was just being in the studio with the actors, getting to collaborate with Ali, getting to work with Alex, and just the whole cast was so talented. So being in the studio was really incredible, especially because, a lot of this creative process, the writing and the initial production of the songs and everything happens here in this room. And so when you get to come together and collaborate in person, that's a really special part of the process.
Well, you touched on this a little bit, but the last question is, what was it like working with such a great cast?
When everyone is working as the best versions of themselves, and when you're working with people who are experts in their craft, it's so fun because you get to push each other, and the bar is already naturally high. And so when you get to work with people that are operating at such a high level, it's such a privilege. So it was amazing and a dream cast to work with.
Amazing. That concludes the questions for TV Grapevine. I'm going to end this